Hey guys, I just wanted to weigh in a little bit about Angel Studios and this new this new version of Animal Farm that they put out. Now, I want to say straight out the gate, I have not seen this movie. I'll wait until it streams. I mean, I'm not gonna probably pay money to rent it or anything like that, but I'll watch it eventually. But I've seen the Jeremy Jahns review. I've watched a video with Tim Cook, and just now I've watched a video with Doug Walker. And unless all three of them are complete and total liars, and Tim Pool gave basically a play-by-play of what happens in the movie. He was offered sort of like a screening, because I guess he had said something to the effect of like, oh, this isn't Animal Farm. So some folks from Angel Studios wanted to like debate him, and potentially even Andy Serkis. I could have called it. Andy Serkis dropped out of that. He doesn't want to be seen with Tim Pool. But like one by one, these people dropped out and stuff, and it makes it come across all the more like, indefensible. But so essentially, unless they were all lying, I have a play-by-play of the movie. I've also seen the trailer, and having seen the trailer, I was just like, what the? I wanted to weigh in with a couple of my own thoughts because these people kept it pretty neutral, which is cool. And I'm going to like try to generally do that. But let me just start by saying that taking Animal Farm and totally like inverting its meaning, not even inverting its meaning because there's more systems of government than just communism and capitalism, but like steering it in a different direction from what Orwell intended is itself quite Orwellian. Now, I know there's a lot of folks out there who are like, well, Orwell was no fan of capitalism either. No, that's fine, but this is not Animal Farm. This was such a misstep on Angel Studios' part, I think. Because here's my thing. You want to do a movie that's anti-capitalist? Go right the hell ahead, man. There's some good movies out there. Good movies that are anti-capitalist. Not for nothing, but John Carpenter's They Live. I'm sure that if you asked him, that was an anti-capitalist movie. I would say that there are themes, even in that are similar to Animal Farm, where you have like, the human character who was a bum and now he's living this ritzy life sipping champagne because he's basically traded his own race to these freaking aliens and now he's become one of the elite, But I would still say that, John Carpenter would call that an anti-capitalism movie. Truth be told, it just comes down to the ages-old adage, absolute power corrupts absolutely, so it could happen either way. So, and there's plenty that you could do with, an allegory for capitalism, but that's not Animal Farm. According to Doug Walker, there was like a thing at the end credits that basically said that there's like these two QR codes, like, I liked this movie or never do this again. Which to me is, the movie almost kind of tells on itself, So I do wonder if there wasn't a shit ton of studio interference. But here's the thing, okay? Whether this was Andy Serkis's love child, okay? Whether there was studio interference before Angel Studios picked it up, or whether there was studio interference at Angel Studios, either way, Angel Studios, what the hell were you thinking? What were you thinking? Do you know who your audience is, dude? I mean, like, not for nothing. I'm not trying to pretend like, it's not like a left or right thing or anything like that. I mean, there's Christians of whatever out there who watch The Chosen, which, by the way, very good show, But you look at something like The Sound of Freedom, and you look at the elitism in Hollywood and how many people were tangled with shit with Epstein Island and stuff like that. We probably have barely scratched the surface of what the hell happened there, And it's like, they did everything that they could to freaking bury this movie, dude. There were all these like accidents and mishaps that happened like in the theater, and still, despite everything, they pushed this movie through. It was a success. They built themselves up. I had Angel Studios channel for a while. I mean, unfortunately, they didn't upload content like quick enough for it to be worth like $20 freaking a month, after I'd watched like all of The Chosen, which I own all the seasons now. And like, I watched, I think the movie's called After Death. It's a documentary on, near-death experiences, but it's like, kind of steered in a like more Christian direction. It's very, very, very fascinating. But like, you built your, like, they're actually like a main thing now. They're actually like, they don't really have to struggle quite as much. They're considered a legit studio and they have their following. You know, these people who are like, yeah, you fucking show them who's boss kind of a thing. So for them to put this version of Animal Farm, which almost kind of feels like a Hollywood Orwellian rewriting of the story, like, you know, like, well, here's the problem. Don't look at us, look over there, you know, kind of a thing. What were you thinking? I mean, like, I know you made it, technically speaking, but like you're not Disney at this point, you know. You're still a relatively new brand and you've built this rep for yourself. Like, how in the hell did this happen? And I hate to be jaded because, you know, normally speaking, this is basically a non-review. I haven't seen the movie, okay? But I have enough detail, and I was willing to get enough detail because this shit has just been happening too much. You know, I saw the trailer and I was like, ooh, oh man, I see where this is going, you know? Like, so it's like, and I don't want to give my money to shit like that. Dude, I just went out to see The Devil Wears Prada 2 with my wife last night. You know, it's not my cup of tea, but it was funny. You know, it was beautifully filmed movie. You know, and for folks in the fashion world, I hear that this one kicked the shit out of the first movie, you know? Not my cup of tea, but it was a good movie in its own right. Effort went into it. People gave a shit. All the actors in it gave their all. And you know what? I'm fine with going out with my wife to see a movie like that and giving that movie money because, like, I don't know, like, effort went into it. This just feels like some sort of tripe that Hollywood pooped out to form a narrative, which, again, as I said, really quite Orwellian. But has anybody out there actually seen Animal Farm? Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I should go out and see it. You know, hey, I'll give it a shot. Anybody who saw it and hated it, is there anything that, like, any of these people didn't bring up? What was the thing that you hated most about it? Let me know below. I'm actually really interested to talk about this movie. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. Consider subscribing. And that's all she wrote.